Alright guys, so for today's video I wanted to run through all the different experiences on the Quest 2 and all the different games that have been specifically optimized for the Quest 2 already, which will include things like higher resolution, higher textures, different game modes that are only on the Quest 2 versus the Quest 1, updated graphics, things like that. All different games that have so far been updated for it. So you guys can basically get on your Quest 2 and get these games to basically show off what you guys can expect in the future as far as power goes, as far as differences between the Quest 1 if you had the Quest 1 before, and now you want to kind of see what the next best thing is and how these games that you've been playing before have been optimized for the hardware. These are the games you should be looking at, on top of the fact that I think all these games are great in general. So let's go ahead and dive into the video.
Gaming tech, eating brekkie is the gaming tech, going for a recce is the gaming tech, gaming techie is the gaming tech, gaming techie.
Alright guys, so the first one we have on our list here is Death Horizon Reloaded. And now this is a really good game on the Quest that keeps getting updates over and over again, and they have come a long way. Just look at the enemies and how much more detail there is in them compared to the Quest 2. They're doing a lot of work. They're doing, better textures, higher resolution. Everything it looks like it has been basically touched in this game. Look how much better the weapons look when you're looking at them side by side. Much more detail on them. They're putting a lot of work, and this game's fantastic, especially now with the added DLC that they have for this game and being able to play with your friends online and stuff. Death Horizon has really come a long way. And just look at the explosion and the physics in the shooting and how much more detail there is when you take a zombie out. They're just doing some really good stuff with Death Horizon. The next game we're looking at here is Apex Construct. Now, Apex Construct is also another one that's getting a lot of different work to it. Most importantly, the foveated rendering that we're used to, the blurring on the edges when you're not looking directly in the center of it, that's all gone. And this ragdoll stuff that's now being added to the NPCs is an interesting thing that they, I guess, can't do that on the Quest 1, but the extra power can let you do the ragdoll effect, which is cool. So this one's getting a lot of good updates as well with the higher resolution as well. The next one is one of my favorites on the Quest, and still is one of my favorite go-to experiences to show to people, and that is Effect of the Manor. With the DLC, the Gauntlet that they added that made the game even better, now they're actually improving the game again, and it's good to see companies like this coming back to games that are this old and still improving on it every time there's a new iteration of a headset. And as you can see here, it's getting, better details, better textures, higher resolution, just like all the other games, and they're going back and reworking all the stuff and adding better graphics to all of this stuff. Look at the statue, how it looks in the Quest 2, and look at the lesser detail that shows up when the Quest comes around, and you can see how much work they're putting back into this game to get this game optimized for the Quest 2, make it look even better. And I can't wait to play this one again and go through it now with these high resolution textures and freak out and show more of my friends and stuff this game. So looking forward to this one. On top of the fact that they're adding an extra more to the game with the Darkness update. So there's going to be some extra content in there for us to find out. The next one, of course, doesn't need any introduction. Of course, we're talking about Rec Room. Now, Rec Room is exciting because they're actually adding actual different content in the game for the Quest 2. So Isle of the Skulls is only going to be available on the Quest. It is, of course, a 4-player mission that you can actually go into there. And coming soon, you're going to be able to play Rec Royale. So Rec Royale will be exclusive, finally being brought over to mobile VR headsets, but it's going to be exclusive only to the Quest 2. That's going to be coming soon, and I'm really excited. Rec Room seems to be, headed in the right direction as far as finally bringing Rec Royale and bringing some more of those experiences over to the mobile platform. And it looks like it's going to be Quest 2 because they just need that extra power. So if you're a really big fan of Rec Room, then this is something you're definitely going to be looking forward to and trying to get a Quest 2 for, because it looks like they're bringing over some experiences that are going to be basically exclusive to the Quest 2. The next one here, of course, doesn't need any introduction, as we have all played this one for a while now, and it is super hot. And what's exciting about this one is they're going to be adding 90 Hz mode to this. Of course, Oculus actually has to enable this for app developers. Their 90 Hz is ready to go in the application, but Oculus still needs to actually enable it. And of course, they're also going to have better resolution and more detailed textures in this game as well. So excited to see how this one ends up looking like on the Quest 2. This is another one that has been one of my favorites that I played on the PC first, and that is Trover Saves the Universe. If you guys are fans of like South Park type humor and stuff like that, this game is going to be right up your alley. And now it's being updated for the Quest 2. It's going to have increased resolution, increased visuals in the game, and also had that 90 hertz refresh rate as well. Like I said, once Oculus actually adds it though, because they need to actually add it into the game or onto the headset, you know, when they actually approve all apps to be able to do it. Because right now on the Quest 2, you can only see 90 hertz on the actual menu of the Oculus screen and then the browser and stuff like that. So games will have to wait a little bit longer, but this game will be ready to go for 90 hertz mode. So that's exciting. And I'm probably going to pick this one up again on the Quest so I can have it mobile and play through this one again, because this one's hilarious. Now, Arizona Sunshine. Now, this one is probably getting the most enhancements out of most of the games on this list. As you can see here when you're watching through this video, they're adding a ton of work to this game and updating the graphics. Now, the game itself, to be honest, is kind of, is obviously one of the first VR games that came out. It's still a good game, but it has some old, you know, things as far as the gameplay goes that some people who have already experienced a lot of VR games for the last 3 years, are going to be like, wow, this feels a little old now. But I'm glad that they're going back and updating the graphics, because there's going to be a lot of new people who get the Quest 2 now. And now they're going to get, you know, this experience, and the graphics are going to be completely redone for a lot of things. You know, the zombies are being redone, textures are being redone, resolution's higher. All of the work that they're doing to make this, you know, much better on the Quest 2 is going to help all those people who come in here as newbies. And even on the Quest 2, you can even now zoom in on the sniper. You couldn't zoom in, as you can see on the left and right side on the original Quest. So this is going to make the game better for sure for people who have never played this game before on the Quest 2. You know, even having destructible windows, as you couldn't destruct the windows in the first game. Or sorry, on the Quest 1. So you can see on the Quest 2 you can. So they're adding a whole ton of different improvements in this game, and that's really exciting. So I'm really looking forward to diving back into Arizona Sunshine with all these improvements, as I'm sure some of you guys are as well. And newcomers are going to have a lot of fun with this one. The next one on this list is Real VR Fishing. Now, honestly, I have not gotten into this one as much as I probably should have, because I'm not really a big fishing fan. But this one looks really, really good, and this is definitely going to be a game I'm going to try immediately on the Quest, especially now with this Together update that they just released recently, which now lets you play with 4 people, you know, basically hang out, have a conversation, and actually go fishing with each other, hang out in the ocean, you know, have conversations. This is a great social experience, and they're adding a ton of work into this game as far as improvements, including better resolution, better textures and stuff. I mean, you're going to see some examples here in a minute on how detailed and how much different these actually are compared to the original Quest 1. So this is a game that I'm looking forward to playing for the first time that I never played before. Just look at this fish here on the left and the right. You know how different the actual, you know, the actual fish looks and how much detail there is. Look at the Quest 2 there at the bottom and how much more detail there is on the bottom. The textures there on the floor and in the water. The next one we have on this list is Red Matter, and Red Matter is probably getting the biggest increase as far as how much better the game looks compared to the Quest 1. And I know it's hard to tell in these pictures here on how much better it actually looks, but trust me, Red Matter, if you're looking for a showpiece to see how much better the Quest 2 is compared to the Quest 1, this is definitely going to be the game. We all know what Red Matter is like, and I'm looking forward to playing this one again. The next one we have on this list, as you're seeing here, is Onward. Onward is a game that's also getting a lot of graphical improvements already from the Onward team. As you can see, the weapons are getting completely with much more detail. The resolution's being increased, the lighting is being affected, and adding much more realistic lighting into the game. And you can see how much more detailed these weapons are. I mean, look, it's not comparable. It's a much better you know, looking game, much more detail into the game. And Onward obviously being one of the more popular games on the Quest already to begin with, I'm sure a lot of people are going to be looking forward to this one and looking at these graphical improvements. I'm excited to dive back into this one as well and checking this one out for sure. The next one we have on this list is Waltz of the Wizard. Just look at the changes as far as the original Quest versus the other one. Now, the original Quest here, as you can see, they're showing different powers and stuff that you're using. Waltz of the Wizard is a great game because not only does it let you use the controllers, you can actually use your hands as well. So it's a great showpiece to show hand tracking. And you can see there's much more effects on the right-hand side, along with the normal higher resolution, higher textures and stuff, as you can see here. You know, they're adding a lot of improvements to this game and a lot of different detail that isn't on the original Quest that is now going to be into the original Quest 2. So I'm excited to dive into this one as well. So it's going to be almost like a brand new game. There's a lot more objects to interact with in the game. The effects are going to be better. So I'm definitely looking forward to diving right back into this one on the Quest 2. This is a fantastic game, especially to show off hand tracking and mess with spells and stuff. This is one that everyone should definitely check out, and that's Waltz of the Wizard. And the last one we have on this list is Iron Lights. Now, Iron Lights has been one of my favorite games. I played this game a lot on the PC, but you can see on the left-hand side and the right-hand side how much better the Quest 2 is on the right-hand side, with much more detail when you actually swipe on someone, a lot more particle effects that come out. Like I said, the left side is the Quest and the right side is the Quest 2, and you can see all the particle effects that are going on, the higher resolution textures, and all that stuff that's going on. It's really going to improve the game. These guys have done fantastic work with this game, with improving it and adding tournaments and adding voice chat and all that stuff into the game. And I'm glad to see that they're being updated again. This is another one that's probably a showpiece as far as how much sharper the game looks. Like, this game already looked fantastic on the Quest 1, but on the Quest 2, everything just looks so much sharper, and all those different effects and particle effects that you're now seeing is just fantastic. Guys, so that was all the games that I showed you for the Quest 2 that have been specifically optimized for it. I'm getting my Quest 2 in today, so be looking forward to a lot of different videos. You know, my unboxing, my early impressions, a full review on it, all the different games are going to be reviewing for it. I'll be reviewing the battery pack as well from Oculus, all different accessories that I'll be taking a look at. So definitely subscribe to the channel, guys. We're going to be doing a lot of different videos on the Quest 2 going forward. Even a haptic suit, so you can wear haptic vests with the Quest 2 with specific games. So a lot of stuff to get into. This is just the start of the videos that are coming for the Quest 2. If you guys, of course, have any questions about any of the games we talked about here today, as always, leave them down below. If not, thank you guys for watching. Till next time.
Tech, gaming techie is the gaming tech, gaming techie, gaming tech. Eating brekkie is the gaming tech, going for a recce is the gaming tech, gaming techie is the gaming